Hi guys, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to Top of the Funko Pops. This episode is a good one, I'm looking forward to sharing it with you. But I've got quite a few bits I need to go through first before we do that. Firstly, starting off with the winner of last week's brilliant Walking Dead episode from Tell, which is going to appear just up there. And on the back of that, from something I said in the last video, thanks to Jamie and the random stuff, who sent me these awesome stickers in with the pop. I now own my first Walking Dead pop, which is the amazing Alpha pop which I spoke about last week. I've done a trade with Jamie. This one came about, so thank you Jamie for that, and he has committed himself. I have it in writing. Jamie is going to do an episode for me at some point during the future. And I always put this bit at the end. I'm going to put it at the start. If you want to do an episode, get in contact, let me know. Episode 50 next week, and then I'm going to put it into 2022 before I do any more, so plenty of time if you want to do that. You can do that. And also running at the moment, I'm sorry Jimmy, we will get to you soon, don't worry, I know you need to be on as soon as possible. Rose 500 giveaway is still running, slowly creeping up there. Thank you to Kay Titus who did me a shout out song, should we say a song?
But this one here is a channel, and yes, I'm here to shout, I'm shouting you out. Hey, the Pop-Tart, that's what Kay Titus Samurai Ken is all about, come on.
Yeah, big thank you to Ken for that. This could be yours. Follow the link in the description. I'll say no more on that one. And there's plenty more to be won as well, which I can see a lot of it still down here. So, enough of that one. Let's get to the main man. Jimmy Barnes, over to you.
Hiya! Welcome! It's hat-trick day for me. I'm back with my third appearance on the Pop-Tarts long-running and ever-popular Top of the Funko Pop series. I wonder how many times he's said the E word already before I've even begun. Begin I shall, and today I'm going to show you my top 5 favourite pop albums. These are in no order of preference from me. In fact, I'm not even certain which one is my very favourite out of this 5. All I know is, out of the ones I've got, and I've got all 9 that have been initially released, I know there is other pop albums coming on the way, and yes, I do want some of those. But out of the initial 9, these are the 5 in my collection that I think I like the most. When Funko first announced this pop album's release, I thought it looked a really good concept, and I'm happy to say it's probably my favourite new Funko idea of like the last year or so, really. I just think it works really well for a music fan and a Funko collector such as myself. So much so that some of these pop albums, including one I'll show you later on, even though I'm not a massive fan of the artist it represents, I just think the concept and the figures and the whole package is so amazing and so fantastic. I had to get them all. Enough waffle, and I do mean waffle in the traditional sense, not that weird gambling you lot do on Facebook. Let's start with number 1, the first one that ever came out. And of course, as is always the case, leave your vote down in the Pop-Tarts comments in this video. But number 1 is Ready to Die by Notorious B.I.G. Little bit of an anomaly, this one. They kind of changed the concept up a little bit after this one came out. This one was kind of on its own for a little bit. Unlike subsequent pop albums, and apologies for a lot of glare on this video, they have the album title at the top and the artist at the bottom, and then from number 2 onwards they ended up swapping that around, so this one kind of looks a bit different in that respect. As you can see, there's some beautiful artwork on the back as well. Obviously all of these go to show just why the moment I got Ready to Die Notorious B.I.G. Funko Pop album in my collection that I knew I wanted to collect these. A really nice quality case. I've put this in a special album sized pop protector as well. Love the little baby biggie down here. This is an album I own as well, so it's one in my actual music collection. That is number 1, Ready to Die by Notorious B.I.G. Number 2 is this absolute beauty, albeit a rather scary, spooky looking beauty, but I think she's rather attractive despite the green skin. This is Black Sabbath with Black Sabbath. Yeah, although I said they changed the order of the album title and the band name, or the artist name, from number 2 onwards, I've just realised this is number 2, and the album name is eponymous to the band. So it doesn't really count, but other ones will. Anyway, wow, what can you say about this? I don't have this album. I may pick it up at some point, but the pop album itself, I mean, look at that, that is fantastic. I struggle to pick my overall favourite myself out of these, and hopefully there'll be plenty of people voting for their one and only favourite in this 5 here. But I think this one is certainly a contender. Number 2, Black Sabbath and Black Sabbath. My 3rd pop album for top of the Funko Pops, and it's the 4th one in the overall line, is Hybrid Theory by Linkin Park. Once again, you know, I'm just going to be saying the same things over and over, really. Gets the album artwork spot on. One little criticism that people have had, not particularly me, but I've seen others say it in the collecting community, is that these pop albums aren't quite to scale. They're not actually the size of a full 12-inch record album or LP. I kind of wish they were, but they're still big. You know, these are actually a bit of a pig to display, to be honest. But if they're any bigger, they'd be even worse. So, swings and roundabouts, really, for me personally. But we've got this little soldier chap here. I mean, that is just a really iconic album cover from the, what was it, early 2000s. I think Hybrid Theory came out. Yeah, brilliant. I was so happy to get this. I do have the album as well. I made sure I actually bought the album on vinyl record when I knew I was getting this. And I did used to have it on CD as well, I think, some years ago. Linkin Park's debut album, Hybrid Theory. The penultimate album for you to vote for is number 6. This is Queen's News of the World. Now, this is what I was talking about earlier, about how I got so into these pop albums that even artists and bands who I'm not massively fond of, and I've spoken about how I'm not a big Queen fan in the past on other videos on my own channel, and I'm sure the Pop-Tart will have been a lovely little fella and left a link for me down in his description somewhere. But News of the World, Queen, number 6 in the albums line. And even though I've no real intention of getting this album, I think there's probably some good stuff on it, but I'm not really a Queen fan generally. There's only a handful of stuff over their, 25-30 year career as one of the biggest bands in the world that I'm actually into. But a brilliant album sleeve. It's got this, what would you call it, Iron Giant style album sleeve. Really well replicated, this robot type fella with the red eyes here. I believe the image that they used for the album cover was taken from sort of science fiction magazine or publication of some sort. Once again, on the back you get a nice shot of the album art again, and half of the figure itself. All these figures are kind of like screwed in as well, by the way. Never tried taking them out. Don't want to. I collect both in and out of box, as you can see, for Funko Pops. But if any collection should remain in box because it's in like a harder protector already, and it's got the perfect artwork behind it, the perfect backdrop, if you will, then it's the pop albums. So pick number 4 is News of the World by Queen. And last but not least, and as I say, none of these are in my particular order of preference, this is The Carter 3 by Lil Wayne. Not an artist I was massively into, but I did end up buying this album from Japan, funnily enough, and it turned out to be a very pleasant surprise. So I do recommend that, despite maybe your preconceptions of Lil Wayne and his genre of hip-hop in particular, I would recommend checking this album out because I think it's massively underrated. Just another lovely pop here, very similar to the Notorious B.I.G. one, really, in like the album cover concept art, really, of a little baby, presumably Lil Wayne, of course, And then we have him down here. It's quite weird that he's got his adult tattoos on his baby face there. Quite a simple album cover, but this one I think just looks really bold and just stands out really. Fantastic stuff. So, bit of a recap in reverse order because these are quite big and I've got them dotted around now. My number 5 pick is Lil Wayne, The Carter 3. My number 4 is Queen's News of the World. Pick number 3 is Hybrid Theory by Linkin Park. Pick number 2 is Black Sabbath with Black Sabbath. And we started out with number 1, the number 1, Ready to Die by Notorious B.I.G. Before I go, I want to say special thanks to the Pop-Tart for allowing me back on his channel to score my hat trick here of Top of the Funko Pops appearances. He loves doing the series, as you know, so even if you've got no particular interest in the Pops that I've shown today, if you've got interest in supporting a really committed member of the small YouTuber and Funko collecting communities, then just give him a comment in the comment section and just pick a number, vote for the one you like the look of the most, and it'll encourage Lee to carry on doing this series into 2022 and beyond. I've no doubt about that. But I'll hand you back over to the Pop-Tart now. Thank you all for watching, and hopefully I will see you one day in the future for a 4th time on Top of the Funko Pops. Cheers everyone. See ya!
So big thank you to Jimmy. As always is the case, I will start the voting off on the guest episode, and I am going to go for the Linkin Park one. I'm not really a fan of any of the music that was included, but I just feel that that one, I like the cover art and the fact that the pop looks really cool. It was very close between that and Queen, but I'm going with that one. I do love some of the new pop albums that are coming out soon. The Guns N' Roses one especially looks amazing, but I can't see me ever collecting them. So there was only one man who was ever going to do an episode of this, and it was going to be Jimmy Barnes, the man who likes to count how many times I've said episode. I don't even know myself. I don't even know myself. So a big thank you to Jimmy. Get your votes in by Monday lunchtime, and then this one will close next Wednesday, where it will be episode 50, where I'm hoping to put something together. I still quite, because he keeps harping on about it, promising, like, because I've been out of commission a bit, I haven't been able to do what I wanted to do, so I'm still trying to put that one together, but hopefully it'll be something good. I feel 50 is a massive milestone. Get involved in the giveaway, like, comment, share, go support Jimmy, his link is in the description. I feel I've covered every base. So until next week, or until the next video, look after yourself, have a good week, and bye for now guys, bye.